Hello Internet, James Allen from Out of Eight, and today I'm playing the early access beta of Business Management Simulation Rise of Industry. Game is scheduled for release later this year. Currently has a couple game modes, has a career mode, which is what I'm going to do. It also has a free play mode where it does not have the tech tree. I actually like the tech tree because it kind of restricts what buildings you can do and really has to make you think about what you want to do to grow and doesn't throw every option at you at the beginning. You can also do custom games where you can adjust the parameters for the game map. All the maps are randomly generated, which is really great for replay value. You know, it puts different resources around the map. Well, you have the same basic resources. Their location is obviously completely random. Another thing that it has is it randomizes what the cities want. So there's only specific goods that they'll accept. So you really have to tailor your selections based on that. So let's go into the career mode, select the difficulty level, I'll just do it on normal, and then we'll begin. Alright, so we're in the game. I'm going to pause it while we take a look at what the cities have in store. So I got the major cities up there. I'm probably going to end up going over here because this is going to have more. There's a city down here, another major one down there near the coast. Pretty good map, actually. Fairly large maps. When you start out in your tech tree, what you have are a couple options. You have to pick a specialization. What the specialization does is it gives you 3 research points in that area. Personally, I love doing gathering because that allows me to unlock the lumberyard and the water siphon and the high quantity water siphon also, which is great. Right from the get-go. I don't even really care about the fish too much, although that is a viable strategy. And then it gives you 1 point in all the other areas. I usually go with the orchard because the crop farm, you really need to get the livestock farm to make that one worth it because it uses wheat. And then go with the paper mill. Later on, you can do the textile and carpentry centers. The food factory is another good kind of intermediate production facility you can do when you start making a lot of money. And then do the dispatch slots for the logistics. So I'm going to do gathering. Like I said, it is my favorite option. So I'm going to do the water siphon. I'm going to allow me to place 5 harvesters at once, and then I'm going to go with the lumberyard. Once you do 3 points, it gives you all these bonuses right here, which is pretty nifty, and then unlocks the next tier. Farming, I'm going to go the orchard, which allows me to do apples if I want, and then paper mill. The lumberyard paper mill tech is really easy one to do initially. You could also go for fish, or you can go for farming. If you want to specialize here, you could do the orchard and then unlock grapes, oranges, and then do the ability to place 5 fields and then just sell that. That's also a really viable solution if you want to do that. And I'm going to do an extra dispatch slot because I really want to get the +1 dispatch slot on every building. Okay, so if you press the tab key, it highlights all the buildings that are in here. The deli and the home goods we'll worry about later, although we're probably not going to get quite to that point in here. But like I said, all of these items are randomized. So if we go to the farmer's market, here's the farmer's market for that particular town. Even the little towns have a farmer's market. You can see that each of the goods here are at different levels. Like here, oranges is really good crop to do in this farmer's market. The other one, not so much. And sometimes they won't even have all of the goods. Like you can see, it has sugar at this farmer's market, but the other one doesn't even accept it. I really like this limitation. It really makes you specialize in what you want to do. Instead of a lot of the games like this, you just build everything and just make tons of money. You can see here, fish is not very good, and it's not even accepted at this particular location here, and it never will be because the requested goods stay the same. Now you can go beyond what they desire, but that's an issue really when you have the AI going. So you really kind of have to, although I didn't do it, look at what people want in order to do what you want. So you can see here apples is a lot better over at Ickleton. So I think we're going to do some apple orchards over in Ickleton. And this is actually a really good area for farming and for the water siphons. So I'm actually going to focus over here. I'm assuming that the hardware store is going to like cardboard boxes and paper. Cardboard is pretty good. So I'm actually probably going to do a cardboard apple mix over here to make my initial funds. First thing you have to do in a new region is actually purchase a permit so you can place your buildings there, which is not an issue because you start out with a ton of money. So first thing I'm going to do is place my water siphons. I'm going to put one here. Actually, let me flip that around and we'll do that. Oh, and I got to buy, dang it. I got to buy this one because technically that water is in this region. So I'm going to purchase that permit, which is annoying, to say the least. All right, so let me place my harvesters. And I can place 5 on the coast here right next to each other. And they will funnel in some water. And once I get this in, I will actually unpause time. And you can rotate your view if you want. But all right, so let me unpause and go on the lowest speed. I'm going to do another water siphon over here. And then that will allow me to place stuff here. There we go. Now, as of right now, I can only do... and they're automatically doing water. You don't have to do anything else. I can only send that water to 2 locations. That's what the next upgrade I want in logistics. So now you can switch between them if you want to micromanage that. You can certainly do that. I personally, you're going to make enough money where it's not really going to matter. So I'm not going to worry about it. Now what I want to do, I'm going to put my lumber yard over here next to where these trees are, obviously. I probably should have put the water siphon a little bit closer, but that's all right. So let me do a lumber yard here, which actually would be just fine putting it here. So I get 3 little areas. Just do it there. It doesn't really matter where they go. Get your autosave pause. Alright, so there's my lumberyard. Now what I'm going to do is build my paper mill. So I'm going to just build it right here. I'm going to build 2 because my limit right now is 2. So I'm going to send water. Actually, let me send one of these to... Actually, I'll probably just do both cardboard for right now. So you can change your production. And you unlock the other stuff later on. Eventually, I'm going to want to make cartons so I can box some orange juice. All right. So we're going to send the water to paper mill 1. So you click factory, paper mill 1, and then paper mill 2. Assign some trucks. You start out with only 5, but they'll go their own way. The lumber yard, I'm going to send it to paper mill 1, paper mill 2, and again, assign a couple trucks to that one. And then I'm going to sell my cardboard boxes. You click down here on commercial. So I'm going to send it to the closest areas. Actually, probably will send it to Ingley as the second one. So I'm going to actually give 3 trucks to this one because it's further away. And it automatically only shows areas that accept that item. So that's good that it doesn't show everything. So there you go. So it's going to sell, take water and lumber to these mills. You can tell with the little visual cue that they're actually doing stuff. And then I will sell those cardboard boxes to the hardware stores in both of these little towns. As you sell things, it helps to make the towns grow. Now this AI is being annoying and going after apples when I want to do apples over here. So again, I have 2 things. So I'm going to do 2 apple orchards. So let me build my apple orchard. Now you don't want to do it too close to the town, so I'm just going to do it here, and then put my apples over here, and then we'll do another apple orchard right next to it. There we go. So they're both going to do apples. They're both going to sell them to Ickleton. I guess we could do chick too, but we'll do 3 and 2. And it's saying I have an issue because I haven't built the roads yet. Alright, so build my roads. You only start out with dirt roads. And then do that. Okay, and then I want to sell this water. Not sell it, but send it to my 2 farms. Orchard 1, Orchard 2. And there you go. And that's basically it. That's the beginnings of the game right now. So I can speed time up. And I will start making some money. Everything gets sold weekly, so you have to wait a little. There's $13,000 I just made. And then just kind of watch them go. So you can see all the fields here are cranking out the apples, which are going to get sold over here. Hopefully, and they're putting a cocoa plantation in. AI will build stuff, and the AI is really what you have to worry about oversaturating things. It's really hard to make 2 apples per week yourself, because each apple takes 20 days. So it takes almost 3 weeks to make 1 apple. You know, you'd have to have a ton of farms, but that's really what the AI is about, is doing that. So I'm going to let this run a little bit, because that's basically all I want to do to begin with. And then once after your initial things, you get to decide how you want to proceed. Now, fish would be a bad choice, so I'll probably end up doing this chainsaw thing. Once I level up, you gain experience R&D points by just using the things that you have. The orchard, I'll probably go with oranges. And then industry, I'll probably unlock the ability to do cartons, so I can start making orange juice at a food factory. And you can sell the cartons too. Now I'm starting to make a pretty good amount of money here. You can see your monthly thing. So I'll make a positive balance basically from here on out. Now you can go in and make more things. But there's not really a reason. Yeah, I'm going to start getting these things. You get little events that happen a lot too. Yeah, my storage is full, so I actually could probably build another paper mill. See, that's already got 40 water. So let's send more to paper mill 1. See, it's saying 3. So honestly, you can go in and micro this stuff if you really wanted to, but you know, I mean, that's got 40 water, so we could actually probably put another orchard in there. But you just got to remember that you switched it. That's all. Yeah, let's do it here, because it's not going to matter, because you can't place water things on the crooked tiles anyway. Alright, so we're going to sell this to Ickleton. Build my road. It's just extending it out, and then I will, once I remember which one had all the water, it's Orchard 1. We're going to send this, instead of Orchard 1, we're going to send it to Orchard 3. So then you can go in and micro all that. And you can do the same thing with the other one. I don't personally like doing it. It's not worth it to me to make $1 a month to forget what you're doing. So really at this point you're just kind of waiting for tech points to come up. Now the one bad thing about this game, overall I really love this game. But the one bad thing is the beginning of each game is pretty similar. Especially the strategy that I do, where you're going to do cardboard and apples, essentially, is how you pick. Now you can change it up, like I said. You could go straight out and do I mean, you kind of have to do the paper mill though, but you could do orchard, double orchard on that if you wanted to. The problem is with a lot of this other stuff that's further up. I think I got some more R&D points. The stuff that's further up here, like the food factory, needs like cartons and stuff to make the orange juice. So you just kind of have to wait for that to happen. So I'm making money every month. It's not terribly difficult to do that once you figure out the game. You can see over here they're going crazy in this town, doing cans and steel and all sorts of stuff. There's a searchable recipe book, which is nice. You can also click on the factories. So like here's a petrochemical plant. So it uses oil, sand, and gas and turns it into chemicals, which you can then sell, or you can actually turn it into other stuff. Like you can make stoves using steel and ceramics. The ceramics are made at the glasswork smelter from sand at the sand collector. So there's a ton of stuff, and I can imagine they're only going to add more. So it's really cool. Another option that unlocks when you want it to is the ability to place warehouses up here on the second one. What that'll do is gather all the resources nearby and then send it somewhere else, which is pretty cool. Now let me check my 20, 25, 15. So those are all kind of going however they're going. Somebody's full, or both of these guys are full. So we can actually probably do... We'll replace paper mill 2. We'll just do another paper mill here, and we'll make some paper. It's across the street. So paper's fine. I'm going to sell it to Nicholton. And we're going to send this to paper mill 3. Alright, so they're all going to go to paper mill 3, and then the lumber mill needs to send it to 1 and 3. There you go. So now I've just shifted the production there. And you just have to keep an eye on, make sure things are being produced, which they are. It's harder to see in the orchards because they don't really visually change when they run out of water. But you just got to keep an eye on all this water stuff and make sure they have enough. I mean, anything more than 0 is really you're losing money, technically. But in pretty good shape right now. Until I unlock the next thing. It just depends on what I end up unlocking next as to what I would do. I really... I have other save games, but they're now out of date because they keep pushing updates out. I'm a big fan of doing the food factory. I love the food factory. I was making apple pies and burgers and pizza and all sorts of stuff, basically combining the livestock farm with the food factory. Because you have to make all the meat and the cheese and the eggs and stuff in the livestock farm, which doesn't unlock until tier 2. So you could probably do, like the other thing I would do other than doing the water siphon in the lumber yard first off, you can actually buy water from the market, which is kind of the compensation if you just want to go lumber yard here, or whatever else you want to do. You could go fisherman only if you really wanted to. But the other thing, I really like the food factory, and then you can build all this other stuff too. So lots of pharmaceuticals coming soon. So lots of options, which is nice. It's nice that there are a lot of options that you can play with. And you get up to the point where you're making $1 million a month, so you can basically just kind of push whatever you want out. And then keep getting this production alert because it's full. It's all full. You guys have all your water. The limiting factor is more... Alright, we'll just change it to 1 and 2. Yeah, the limiting factor is more wood. I could actually probably go with another... let me actually get rid of... Send them more to 1. It basically alternates what gets what automatically for you, which is kind of nice. Yeah, 7.5 days for a piece of lumber. And there's obviously ways you can, like, maximize everything if you really wanted to. So these guys are fine, I'm sure. Yep, orchard one's about to run out of water. So let's change it. So you just have to keep an eye on that until you like I said, I like keeping a 1-to-1 ratio on that. Let me change the autosave frequency. Yeah, we don't really need that. All right. Probably should have turned that down earlier. So, yeah, just waiting. Oh, good. We finally got a research point. Okay, what did we get it in? We got it in. We're about to get a bunch more. Logistics, that's boring. But what it does do is it gives me another dispatch slot, which is what I really want. So that allows me to do 3 things. So I'm just going to do 1, 2, 3. Haha. Now you don't get any more trucks. But it does allow you to do it, to do all 3 things. So I can do 1, 2, and 3. Probably don't even need any more trucks, and then we just do 1, 1, 1. I probably will do 1, 1, 1 to be honest. I don't really need all that, because you pay money for the trucks going out. And then this guy, I can do all three, so we'll do paper mill 2. And we'll just do 1, 1, 1. So we don't really need more than one truck. It's just wasting vehicle upkeep money. Yep, we got another point. What do we get now? We're about to get gathering. Oh good, we got farming. Well, before I do this, the crop farm gives you wheat, which you can't really use yet. But I'm definitely probably going to do grapes and oranges. So I think I'm just going to do that without even thinking about it. And then I'll probably do crop farm next, and then I'll do livestock farm on the next tier. Okay, so what did I just do? Grapes and oranges. So let's see where I want to build some grapes and oranges. Now, I don't necessarily have to do it in either of these cities here. I can actually do it way the heck over here if I really wanted to. Just depends on what I want to do and what everybody's doing. So I'm basically going to open everybody's farmer's market. Let's see where I want to go. Alright, grapes and oranges. So 37. Not there. Yeah, this is the grapes. So we're going to do grapes here. And oranges, no. 37, same price. That place doesn't even have it. Well, these are the same. Now, vegetables are up at the crop farm. That's another crop you can do once you unlock it. Now, this place's apples are getting a little bit too full because of the AI, which is unfortunate. So I'm definitely going to do grapes there. These two, that's kind of too far from a water source, so I'm probably going to do Ingley. So where is that? That's up here. All right. So we're going to do oranges here. So let me set up. I should probably have to buy a permit first. Yep. This is actually a pretty good region. This is where I would normally start out. Now the problem is I got to find a flat area where I can put a water thing, of which there are not very many. I really want to do it that far away. Not really. Alright, well. What am I doing here? I'm doing oranges. Alright. So, water siphon. Oh, that was terrible placement. Try that again. I think I just did too far away from that. Yeah, there we go. It's not going to be very much, but I don't think I need very much. Yeah, it's only going to be 2. But if I'm basically just dedicating this to my oranges, so it's not really going to make a big deal. All right, so let me build some roads in here. All right, and let me build my orange. I'm going to put my oranges over here, I think. Probably build, well, how many? I can do 3. Just do 3 orchards. Look how nice and even that looks. Alright, so we're going to change all these to oranges. And we're going to set all the destinations to you. I know you're excited. Alright, so orchard 4, 5, and 6. So now I'm going to send this to 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I wish I had another couple trucks. You can unlock that too. Alright, so that is done. So they're going to get a ton of oranges here in a minute. And I want to do grapes over here at Ickleton. Now, I could actually swap one of these. Actually, stupid AI So I'm literally just going to do this. Because even though Apple started out more, I'm just going to swap them all. They're all swapped. And then I'm going to make a ton of money because dummy guy is putting too much into apples. And they're already going to deliver them there. Oh, no, I have to redo the destination. All right. Probably because one of the places doesn't do it that it was set to earlier. Alright, so that should be good to go. I'll make some money off of that. Alright, so, I mean, that's pretty good. Now, these guys are ready to go. They're making some stuff now. I wish I had more than a couple things, but that's right. I do have a research point I gotta look at in a minute. Making some money. They actually, yeah, this is a big town, so they actually want 3 oranges a week instead of 2, which is nice. All right, let's see what my research point is. It's probably something that I have. Yep. Well, this stuff I don't use as much, not yet. And let's just do the sand collector. Kind of a boring thing, but that's all right. I don't really need that yet anyway. So we're going to start making tons of money now. Yeah, because we usurped his apple production. Yeah, wholesalers sell the water. They can also sell some other stuff too. But not really necessary. See, that's going down. I'm actually making too many grapes. They must be doing grapes too or something. I don't know. It's bringing the price of grapes down a little bit. Still making a pretty good amount of money though. Not the best production thing because I'm just kind of doubling my own stuff, but it's alright. So basically when you unlock new stuff, you basically just buy, build a bunch of stuff there. But I actually do like the restrictions. Probably do with more paper mills, to be honest. Because, otherwise you're kind of overwhelmed with how much stuff you need to build in the beginning. So, I'm actually tempted to just go somewhere else and build some stuff. Yeah, they got cardboard and paper coming out of there. What do you got over here? See, the AI has kind of gone after basically everything else. What about down here? Yeah. Although, yeah, that's the hardware store. It's farmer's market. I misclicked. Where's the hardware store? The hardware store prices are pretty even. Although, let's see here. Where's your hardware store? Yeah, 14472. It's basically the same. It's just the order of the goods may change. That's a lot of money for refined oil. Yeah, 113. Crazy. Now this place is not doing much cardboard, which is interesting. So I might actually do some cardboard here. If I can do another water siphon, which I could actually do up here, to be honest. So I think I might do that. Not as much to make money as much to... I think I'll just put it there. Ramp up my experience level, to be honest. And try to level up my industry. Because you get those experience points. Build my roads out. Alright, and then... I don't even know. I'm kind of far away, but that's alright. It'll get cranking in a bit. Not a very efficient road. Alright, so let me do a lumber yard. Alright, so there's the lumber yard, and then I will do some... There are cartons in here, which kind of stinks. Cardboard, 14,000. Paper's at 11, though. Cardboard's more, though. Alright, so... we're just going to do 3 paper mills. Shift click. Do. Production cardboard, yes. Production cardboard, yes. Production cardboard, yes. Let's set the destination of that town. It's actually not terribly far. Alright, so now set this up to do 4, 5, and 6. I like how it sorts by how close it is. It's nice. And then set this to go to same ones. Paper mill 6 is getting shortchanged, but that's right. Alright, so there's that. That's set up and ready to go as soon as they get their stuff in. So that'll give me some more experience in industry, which will unlock industry buildings faster. So that's good. Alright, what do we got, tech tree? We have farming. Well, let's do the crop farm. Kaboom. And then once I unlock the livestock farm, then I can do chickens. So I can do a water siphon, wheat crop farm, chicken farm chain, and then sell the eggs and the meat. The eggs... Actually, yeah, the meat, yeah. Eggs and meat go to the farmer's market. But you got to make sure that the farmer's market you want to build them at actually accepts them. So that's kind of the next step for that. So I think we're in pretty good shape. You pay all the building upkeep costs up front, and then it goes. Then you basically make money beyond that. So we'll go through a couple more unlocks. I think. Oh yeah, one more already. Goes pretty quick once you start gathering everything. Logistics. Give me more trucks, please. Alright, that's really good. Alright, now I gotta remember the more trucks. So I can do 3, 3, and 3 now. Which is really only useful for the lumberyard and the water siphon, because the rest of it, by the time the truck comes forwards and backwards, it's not even going to be... Yeah, 3 is enough for that. So they're going to be there and back by the time it makes it. So we'll do... Yeah, see, that's already full. Yeah, 40, 40, 40. If I was smart, I would export the rest of that, but that's alright. Yeah, see, I don't even think these need it. I might just bump it up just a little bit, just for fun. But it's really those other ones that I needed it for. Oh yeah, and the orange, the water siphon oranges, but I'm sure they have it. Oh, actually, they don't have enough water. This is actually the one I really want to bump up. There we go. Alright. You're in good shape. It's fairly hard to lose, which is good, because this isn't really a type of game where you should lose necessarily. The only way you do that is if you start manufacturing stuff that people don't want. Like you start doing grapes in a town that doesn't accept grapes in their farmer's market, and then it takes too long to... 53, Jesus. It takes too long to export them across. So, there you go. And it's kind of fun to watch all the stuff go by. Now we're at kind of like the little hole where we're waiting for stuff to upgrade. Making 41,000 a month. So, I mean, you could go in and make more money, but there's not really a reason to do it. I'd probably expand a little bit if I wanted to. Oranges are still making pretty good. Could actually probably do even more oranges. Problem is then that's another set of, you know, water things. Bees! Do you want oranges? You do want oranges. Well, let's give them some oranges, shall we? Where can I put my water thing? I'm going to put it up over here. Alright, water siphon. Oh yeah, permit required. Need a permit from the bees. Yes. It also shows the resources here. In case you're curious. And that. Oh, really? Not there? That sucks. Oh well. Oh yeah, because it's jaggedy. Stupid crap. Darn you, random map generator and your random maps. Alright, so... Alright, so what am I doing? I'm doing oranges, I think. Pretty sure. I am! Let's do something. Yeah, just do it down here. Actually, I placed that pretty perfectly. Alright, oranges! And set the destinations to bees! Alright, so you're good. And then I will send my water to you. 7, 8, 9. And everybody gets 3 trucks. You get 3 trucks, and you get 3 trucks. Alright, so they're good. So they're going to start growing some oranges. And then we will send that down to bees. And now my money is really low, so I kind of have to cool it. So, because I just built a ton of buildings. So, now we're at the point where I kind of have to not build anything more and just wait for the income to come in. Although the buildings aren't terribly expensive. But we're pretty good. We got you know, paper mill and an orchard thing in the big town. We got paper mill and an orchard thing at this town. We have oranges over here. I think that's it. Yeah, they're doing fish over here. We're still making money, making 31,000 a month, which is not too shabby. And then we're really just waiting for points to come up, which 3 of them did. So, hope one's farming. Oh, I don't even know. Yeah, let's do the fisherman here over here. And the mining is way later. You can basically use those mines to do the glasswork and smelter, and the brewery and distillery and the preservation factory, where you can do soups and canned meat and orange soda and stuff like that. So that's not necessary yet. So we'll just unlock that and just have all 4 unlocked. This is more important because now I get the livestock farm, which is exciting. And this is also exciting because I can do cartons now. Because cartons are a ton of money. So I will actually do cartons first. So I will do the following. How much? See, now I got to start worrying about my money. So I can only afford 1 paper mill. And you do not want to go broke. So you really need to build after the beginning of the month. So now money is going to be an issue. I want to say... Actually, no, I don't need to build new paper mills. I can use the existing ones. So we're going to change these to cartons. Yeah, so we need 2 cardboards for the cartons. So that means he doesn't need water anymore, I believe, because carton just uses 2 cardboards. And I'm going to send Paper Mill 5's cardboards to Paper Mill 4. And then Paper Mill 4 will sell his cartons in the hardware store. So there you go. So I'm just going to divert. I'm going to do that one more time too, because cartons make you a ton of money. But you still have to do some cardboard to make it work. So I'm going to change this to cartons. And I'm going to send this, send it to the hardware store. It's going to send it to the carton factory. And then you will sell yours to the hardware store. Oop. 4, 5. There we go. Alright, so now we're going to start making some cartons. It's a little bit, because it's a multi-step process, you make a lot more money off of it, but the cartons are going to sell very well. Cartons get you 28,000 and it's supposed to 13,000 for a cardboard thing. Now, unfortunately, that's the lowest, the lowest price thing in that hardware store. In this hardware store, it's basically the same, 27,000. So, unfortunately, cartons are not as good as it could be, but it will give me some more things that I can do with that. And you'll end up making some more money off of that. Alright, so got another R&D point. Let's just do urban roads. I think that's the only point I have. Yep. Alright, now, I did unlock crop and livestock farms, which is exciting. So, I think they are they're relatively inexpensive, so I can actually afford those. So let me see who wants meat and eggs. I know somebody does. I'm starting pathing alerts here. Why can you not? Okay, so let's see who wants the meat and the eggs. I think that'll be the last thing that I want to do. And then we'll also look over here, because I'm going to need a new water thing for it. So we'll see who gives the most money for meat and eggs. Alright. You don't even want meat. So, that's you. Let me look at my recipe book for a sec. Let's see. Farms, livestock. Yeah, you need water and wheat to give you chicken, and it gives you meat and eggs. So, you don't even want meat, so the heck with you. 5 and 4. More money on both. And 51. No, this one's the winner. You are the winner. This is very close, but the big town is the winner. So, we're going to do it at the big town. I think I'm going to build them over here. Alright, so I got to watch my money a little bit here. So let me speed up time to like 3 while I do this so I make some more money. I think I want to do... I just don't want to screw up the placement here. I want to do that. Alright. Yeah, I know. I'm connecting you. Relax. Alright, so there's a water siphon. We are going to do 1 crop farm in order to do our wheat. So there's our wheat. And I'll deal with that in a second. Although let me send this first to our crop farm. So we can start cranking on that. And then I'm going to do a livestock farm for chickens. Oh no. Yeah, see, there's your problem. You got money problems. Hopefully I won't have a negative balance at the end of the year because I might lose here in a sec because I'm not paying attention. So this I want to send to the livestock farm. And then this, I'm making chickens. And I want to send the meat to you. And I want to send the eggs to you also. Okay, so there's my thing. I do have a negative. Yeah, I know. So I got till March to turn a profit, which shouldn't be an issue. It's just because I was building stuff. So I'm going to start making some money off of the eggs and whatnot. Yeah, so they're sending it to the crops. The crops are cranking away at the wheat, and then the wheat's being sent over here. Oh, I need water there too. Darn it. I was wondering why I wasn't doing it. So you need to send that to Livestock Farm 1 also. I guess that chickens need water to live, whatever. So now they're going to start making some chickens. Yeah, awesome. Well, I think I'm going to lose because I built too much stuff, which might be a good time to stop. But you get the idea. You get the gist of it. I just got too overzealous in doing my my chicken farm. I just need to cool it on purchases for right now, I think. More events that basically raise or lower the price of the production of something or other. See, I'm making 62,000. But that's the problem. My building upkeep is... I think I'm maybe okay. Starting to sell my eggs and my meat over here. I think I may be okay. Oh, thank God. Okay, yeah. I have 170,000. I basically... Yeah, I made 142,000 last month. So, let me build... I can add another field. Couple fields. Okay, so now they're maxed out. Alright, so yeah, they're selling my chickens and my eggs. And then you can also sell the meat. Eventually you can unlock meat processing stuff and all that. So it's pretty cool. Well, there we go. That's Rise of Industry. Again, it's in early access. I think it's pretty good. I mean, they're just basically going to polish up the interface a little bit more and add in more buildings to give you even more options in it. I really love the randomized maps. Gives you really good replay value. And I really like the fact that you have to pay attention to the production in each of the towns. You won't make any money, or you make less money, you know, trying to sell apples in a town that doesn't want apples. And I think it really makes it more interesting when you do the tech tree having restrictions in that sense. In what you want to build in order to make the most amount of money and not go bankrupt eventually. Like I said, it's pretty easy to turn a profit, especially if you don't overbuild like I did. Like now I'm making close to 100,000 a month now with my chickens, which is nice. You know, basically I'm earning 10,000 per chicken because I'm selling both the meat and the eggs, which is cool. Although it's waiting for that damn wheat. Why is the wheat low? Like, seriously. Send it to the wheat. Send them all to the wheat farm. I think it's just this guy's being slow because he only has 3, yeah. So he only does 3 waters every 7.5 days anyway. I'm still making a lot of money. Now I'm close to 100,000 a month. Lots of different options in all your different buildings. I have another tech point. You know, and there's a lot of viable starting options. You could go for fish, orchards. My probably beginning favorite is the paper mill with the lumber yard. You can go, I don't even know why you'd want to, but you can go logistics too, although the bonuses are really helpful. And especially when you get way later in the game, there's a lot of really interesting things you can manufacture with the glassworks and the smelter and the home goods factory and all that stuff. There's a lot of upper level things. Like you could build a radio by making diodes at a home goods factory, getting your furniture base at a carpentry shop, and the glassworks smelter gives you wire. Turn that into a radio, which you can sell. Now your radios, let's see what it is on this map as an example. Where's that? There's a telephone. So there's 15 telephones demanded per week across the map, so you can check this for it. I haven't even talked about rail lines. You can unlock train terminals, which are really useful when you get later in the game and need precious resources that are rare, like oil or coal or iron, but you sell them somewhere else. Like maybe this town doesn't want any of those electronics, but the big town does because it's bigger and has the bookstores and stuff like that that request that sort of things. Like, here's the deli that wants finished food items from your food factory, for example. So you can use trains and lay train tracks, which will transport those goods across the map, so then you can manufacture them somewhere else from the raw goods. So, and there's also boats and zeppelins you can do as well. So a lot of different options. I'll be very interested in seeing how this game shapes up. Like I said in the beginning, it's scheduled for release at the end of 2018. So it's already in pretty good shape. So if you like these types of games, which I do, this is definitely one you'll want to check out, and it's definitely playable in its current form. You do get into trouble because they keep pushing updates where your old save games aren't necessarily compatible with the new version. So you end up doing all this, tens of hours of work on a city, and then it ends up being not compatible with the new version. But you just start over, and it's still fun because all of the randomized maps are different every time. So even in early access, this is a game I recommend. I'm really curious to see how it fleshes out with all the features that are planned by the end of the year. That's all I have for today. Till next time, bye now.